system I use to get those driving shots. As you can see, it's very simple. It's very minimal setup. It's not as fancy as what do you call it, the black arm. It's not my, driving shots are not my specialty. I just wanted to get something simple and quickly, not super high speed. As you can see, it's just, you know, we're going 30, 40 miles an hour. And so, you know, I'll walk you through. And first of all, I gotta say thanks to Gretz Media, because he shared videos on how he was able to build something very similar. And so I borrowed and copied a lot of what he used, different parts. So I'll just walk you through quickly on what I use. So from the bottom, this is the Pro Aim trailer hitch. It's cheaper than the Cinemill. Cinemill, I believe, is much better quality, you know, probably more mounting points. But since it's not my specialty, I just wanted something simple just to get introduced into, you know, getting driving shots. So I got this one. I drilled some holes, that way I could mount or bolt on the Kessler Crane KillShock ATP isolator. And so this provides extra shock absorbent. You see that? And next thing is the DJI Ronin RS3, and it has the Tilta power base plate. That way I can power the Ronin with the V-mount. I got a Tilta V-mount plate. You can't see it, but it's down here. And this battery has 2 D-taps, which I'll explain. If you know, most V-mounts only have 1 D-taps. So this just makes it simpler that way. I don't have to get like splitters or things that get you multiple D-taps. So you might need that if you are trying to power different things, which I am, powering the DJI Ronin, powering also the Tilta Nucleus N. I'll explain why in a little bit. I'm running the Sony FX3 with the Sony 24-70. And so I am relying on the autofocus of the Sony because it's such a great job. It's less of a headache. And again, this is a very simple setup for a minimal crew. So therefore, if I don't have to worry about focus, then it makes my job simpler. And then what I did is I put a focus gears on the zoom. However, the Tilta Nucleus N, the included cables are not powerful enough. They don't deliver enough power juice to turn that ring because it's too tight, or just maybe it's just the motor itself is not getting enough power to turn that ring. So what I did is I bought this micro USB-C to D-tap, and it gives it way more voltage, more power. Now it's able to turn the zoom ring. So that's another tip I learned from another YouTube video. So that's great. I'll have links to all this stuff, so don't worry about that. So yeah, the autofocus just makes it simpler. I have some variable ND here going on. And what else? Oh, the Mars 400S. That's how I can send the signal to the inside of the car, which I'll show you in a little second. And quick release on that. It's good to get quick releases on most things just because you can move faster if you need to put this away and go to another location. So lastly, I got the PSP4 controller. You can also get the PSP5 to control the camera from the inside of the car. So let me show you what that looks like. Let's go. So this is the control center. Let me rotate this so you can see all the screens I have going on here. Seems crazy, but you know, wireless director's monitor, Mars 400S connected to this. And I have the app open to the DJI Ronin S game controller. If I exit out of this, right now you see I can control the camera just fine. If I exit out, it stops working. So you need a phone that's connected to the gaming controller and it's on that screen, otherwise it stops working. As you can see, it starts working again. That's why I have this other iPad. I wanted a big screen. You can also use a phone and connect to the Sony Imaging Edge app. That way you can control the camera of the Sony FX3 through the app. So this is the app. I can hit record. I can change the settings, shutter, f-stop, the EI zone, the white balance. I can, you know, and also get a preview screen, which is great in case the Mars 400S drops, which happened a couple times. The image would drop on the Mars 400S. I don't know what it was, maybe interference. But this one, the Imaging Edge, always worked. It was very reliable. And so I really trust it. So obviously there's latency, so you don't want to rely heavily on it. It's just for hitting, for me, it was mostly for secondary preview and to hit record on the camera. if I would do this differently, I would get a zero latency wireless transmission system because you don't want to miss those shots. You want something more reliable, so that's something I would invest in. Also, if you want to invest more money, also get a better wireless follow focus. The tilted nucleus N is great just for, in this instance, just for changing the zoom ring. As you can see, it's up here. I can take this off. And from here, see I can zoom out, zoom in for quickly just getting a different frame on the shot, and I don't have to get off. So I was able to do everything from inside the car from here, which is great. And all this is powered through a V-mount. I can power all of this stuff. And here, up here, this is a suction cup with the grip head and then a spigot here to hold on to it. So it's very strong. Never had a problem. It didn't fall off. So, you know, I'll probably get more suction cups just to mount more stuff to my windshield. Like the iPad would probably be, I don't know. I don't think I have the space, but you get the idea. If you are interested in any of these products, I'll be linked in the description. This is a cage by SmallRig, which is how I was able to hold on to the iPad this way. You can also use the phone, but I just wanted the more space, bigger screens to look at, to monitor and change settings on the fly from here. So that's pretty much the setup. If you have any questions, let me know. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.